this. This morning we saw this morning for in America, anyways. We saw Bitcoin shoot up to nearly $20,000, right near its all-time high. All-time high on most exchanges. If we zoom out to the 1 week chart, the all-time high for Bitcoin on Bitfinex was $19,891. This morning we hit 18,844. So slightly under that target. Some exchanges hit an all-time high of some hit 20,000, some hit slightly above their all-time high. This is important. It's important to understand that because we haven't hit all-time high across the board on all exchanges, this is reason number one why I think we still have more to go, why we have higher to go. Now, all day, as long as I've been awake for several hours, I actually woke up right before the breakout. Force a habit during bull market. I happened to wake up and see the breakout all the way to 19,800 on most exchanges. So the whole time I've been analyzing to see where Bitcoin's going to go. So first I got out of one of my trades as a short-term long from 17,850. I started noticing a few trends within the charts, and I just followed them. Right here, one, it was a bull flag on the 4-hour. Two, we were pressing this candle here. Excuse me, this candle here, we were pressing support resistance. As high up as we were, all the other indicators were showing that we'd at least have one more leg up. So I trusted my instincts. I got out of most of my alt positions that I was in. I was in Link, Sushi, and I set stop losses on each of those trades. But ultimately, most of the altcoin longs, the leverage trades I was in, I got out of. Spot trading, I'm still in everything I've been in. I've been in Chainlink, one of the most popular altcoins, top 10 altcoins in the world. I just a little history. I got in at 32 cents. My first buy was 32 cents, and my average became about 80 cents. The way I buy spot coins, when I really like a coin, is I pick a number that I want to accumulate those coins under. So I chose $1. I told myself I was going to buy everything I possibly could under $1. And at the time, October 2018 to probably July 2019, I accumulated as much Chainlink as I possibly could for my financial situation. So I've been holding spot Chainlink since then. I cashed out some of it to take it into a long and start playing with leverage trading. I really haven't shorted Chainlink. Chainlink is one of my most successful trades over the past year. I've finally started to put it, after 6 years of trading, obsessively training to trade, training to become a swing trader and a day trader. Ultimately, everybody wants to become a day trader. The past year, I have done pretty well. Chainlink was one of my best ones. I got out of that at $14.50 just to be sure. I didn't know where the market was going. Everything is riding on Bitcoin's momentum right now. Everything is riding Bitcoin's momentum. So the best thing you can possibly do in this situation is just follow what Bitcoin's doing. Whatever Bitcoin's doing, most likely the other coins are going to do, especially the large cap coins, I would say the top 10, top 12 cryptocurrencies. Ethereum last night, I would say, what was it, about 12 hours ago, went on a journey of its own, and it made a bullish breakout. And that was one sign that you could tell that Ethereum broke out before Bitcoin did. And that was the second biggest sign that I could tell that Bitcoin still had a leg up to go. Now, where we're at now, Bitcoin is doing sort of a flag pattern. So far, it's a symmetrical triangle. I'll put the links below again to mention that one of my favorite and most bullish patterns in a bull market or any market, whether it's a bear market, bull market, sideways market, is an ascending triangle. And it seems this is on the 4-hour. We don't have much data to go with here. But if we zoom in, the lower we zoom in, we start to see a reversal pattern forming at the top, or not a reverse pattern, continuation pattern. An ascending triangle seems to be a continuation pattern. Here we can make an argument for symmetrical triangle, or if you remember geometry, each side is of the triangle, or two sides of the triangle are equal. Or we can go more for more of an ascending triangle pattern, or even a rounded bottom here. If you see how we're going here, we had a bounce on this trend line. The trend line seems to be pretty apparent for support. Now we want to see this area of volume. Blue means that we have a lot more buying going on. Yellow means we have selling. And in this bar where the most volume is on this 15-minute time frame, low time frame, we have more buying going on at this level. So that could be an indicator that we do have a bounce. One indicator that we do have a bounce here. The other indicators aren't necessarily showing that we have a bounce coming. If you look, let's go to the 5-minute. You get a closer look at what's going on here. You start to see some green candles forming. The red is trying to reverse. This red candle is trying to reverse these other two to nullify the action that happened here, and we'd have a continuation from this red candle. If this red candle closed red, but it didn't, it looks like it started green again, that little green area right there. If you want to learn how to do candle math, all you have to do is type in trading candle math in Google, and you can start from there. But if you put that together, it looks like we want a continuation here off of the moving average line. All these colorful lines here are moving averages, and they are good indicators for if we're going to have support or resistance, or if it's going to just fall through. The yellow line is getting tagged heavily by price action here. That is the 100-day moving average line. We do have a lot of buy support here. As you remember, the blue signifies that we have a lot of buying happening in this area. If it stays this way, we could see a continuing bounce, at least to this trend line here. Hopefully we can get a test here, but first we have to get past this red line here. It's only the 5-minute chart, but right now we're at the mercy of the low time frames, 5-minute, 15-minute, hour under there. Let's go up to the hour. We have a bounce there. We have 38 minutes to see if we have a bullish continuation going on or not. If we look at the other indicators, we have the moving average lines, the lower, younger, faster moving trend line or moving average lines, trying to curl and twist to bring up the lower, slower moving ones, the 100-day, 200, 300, 400 days. You see here they're color coded. They're going to come up much slower. Ideally, the 30, the 50, 100, they're going to try to twist and move around in sync with the current price action, to give you a hint as to where the price action is going to go in the future. These indicators are just indications of where price action will go in the future. Now, volume trumps everything. A lot of traders here assume, based off of their technical analysis, that we would have a breakdown around this area from 18,500 to 600. We would have a move down. It did look that way, but if you kept a close eye on the price action over the next several hours, you would start to see a move back towards 18.8. This resistance here, or 18,700, and we finally broke out with big volume in these bars here. These are the volume bars. We really haven't given up over the past several hours. We really haven't given up we really don't see a lot of selling happening here. It's low volume. That's an indicator that we could get a burst of volume somewhere, whether it's going to be bearish or bullish. If you look at where the price action is flagging at, creating the triangle at, it looks like it's within or up slightly above the previous resistance area, which is now trying to flip into support. If we can make this the ground floor here, we may have another leg up. And ideally, this is my idea with all the technical analysis I've offered just now. I believe our pattern, yes, we have a triangle pattern going on, but the prevailing pattern happening lately in the past few days for altcoins is saying we're going to do what's called what we like to call U-shaped reversal. A nice little, well, in this case, it's a U-shaped continuation pattern. It could be more technical and continue to turn into lower time frame, continue to turn into a triangle breakout. So far, so good. You look at the 15-minute, 5-minute are turning green, or they are green. We look at the 30-minute, that one just turned green as well. Indicators would have to bounce. These are my main indicators, keeping it really basic. The volume still continues to be somewhere around here where it bounced, where price action bounced off of. Low time frames are indicators of the higher time frames where we're going. The 4-hour is still trying to find its top. Typically for the MACD, you want to look at the previous structure of where it could top out at. I think MACD has another, I don't even know the percentage right now. It could allow price action to go for another, I don't know, 10-12% from where we're at now. This is the 4-hour, the start, in my eyes, the start of the high time frame. Trading, RSI is a better indicator of how much percent we have left. Let's say RSI, let's say the top or a top would be around 83, 84. We can set an alert for that if it wants to let me. RSI, we're going to say 83 for the 4-hour. Hopefully we'll get the notification on time. And currently our RSI is at, why isn't it showing it? I hate that. Get out of the way. Ugh. Oh my gosh, why is it doing that? RSI is currently at 72. In my eyes, like the way the RSI and the price action is going, the reversal we had here, the breakout we had here, consolidation around previous resistance, all those factors coming together, low volume, high volume at the beginning of this flagpole pattern. Again, if you haven't watched any of my analysis videos, one of the terms I like to use is a flagpole. This is the flagpole here. Along all those indicators put together, I think we have another 10% to go from where we're currently at. 10% of 10% on top of the current price, let's say 350. 10% would be another $1,900. $19,350. That would put us at around $21,000. Another indicator I would like everybody to know that no other traders really talking about it. We're trying to keep things as technical as possible. If we look at the patternsite.com, this is one of the sites I'm going to put down in the link below for anybody who's attempting to learn how to actually trade. The pattern site's the best site. This guy Bulkowski created. He researched the market, well, the stock market over the past 100 years, and he found patterns. And I'm a pattern trader. I look for one of my skills that I realized before I even started trading was that I had good pattern recognition. So he created a book based on the many different patterns that he's found in the stock market, and they can be used in cryptocurrencies as well. All the charts are the same: forex, cryptocurrency, equities, um, you name it. To confirm where we can possibly go, or to give us a better idea of where we can go, we're going to use the Fibonacci retracement. I need to fix this, but overall, we have the one sitting there. I am going to turn this light for a minute. Sorry for the people with light eyes, or can't adjust to the brightness. Dark mode is everything, as a lot of people believe. Dark mode is better, but for what we're trying to see here, ideally, we'd want to bounce off of the 0618 area. We're on the 1 day. Looks like the 786 may be the next area of confluence. 19,100 as a bounce area, or we're looking at 18,500 where we previously came from. This is on the we're still on the 1 day chart. The day ends, for anybody who's looking to understand how the time frames work, the 1 day ends in an hour and 26 minutes from now. Ideally, if you have an overextension, and we're in overextension season, as some traders like to say, overextension, we're looking at, what number is that? I need to fix that. We're looking at 22,000. A safe bet for a nice breakout on the 1 day chart would be 21,000, somewhere around 21,200. If we do the U-shaped breakout, as I suspect we would, or we break out from this ascending triangle, reset the chart, then we can anticipate that if we can end the 4 hours, the 4 hour chart, or the day within these candle body, or these candle wicks here, I look at those, if you've seen any of my other videos, I look at those as no resistance, that those don't count as resistance. If we can end the day above 19,500, in my opinion, we're going to set an alert. Let's just say 520. Then I believe we're going to have a continuation up, and let's say between 21,200 and 22,000 before we have a retrace back down, or because it's all-time high, new metrics come into play, and we go a little bit higher before we come back down. It'd be unsafe to not have a bet in on Bitcoin right now, especially in this bull flag pattern that you see forming before your eyes here. It'd be unwise. It'd be safe bet is to just sit back and watch. I like to preach the idea of playing it safe, not gambling. But there are times where it is probably a good idea to have at least a little bit in the market. To say if we continue up to 21,000, say, yeah, I bought in right near the all-time high, it looks good. I put a little bit on the table, and I ended up winning. I didn't make as much as some of these traders are proclaiming they made buying in at $19,000, but I won. You want to be able to get to accumulate and stack up wins. That is the whole point. It's not about necessarily being right at the right time. It's about making the right trade when the right setup comes up, and you have to figure out your very own setups. You can utilize the indicators that I use. This is my basic setup. There are times when I go in deeper to see what I'm trying to see if there's something I'm missing in my analysis. There are a lot of other indicators out there, a lot of other videos you can look into, other traders that you trust use their indicators, but figure out your own system. My system is telling me that we're going to have a continuation soon. We're still waiting for an influx of volume, whether it's going to be a red bar for selling or green bar for positive. But I really think because we're in low volume, we're at low volume right now, we're going to have an influx of buying coming soon. I think before the end of the day. The day ends in an hour 26 minutes, 4 p.m. my time. So yeah, that's my analysis for now. Oh, another thing is I believe we got this breakout here because we have the biggest influx, the biggest exit from gold stock ETFs that we've ever had in the past 7 years since the end of the recession in 2013, 2014. A lot of gold bugs, I believe they're jealous of the returns that Bitcoin has had over the past year. Yeah, gold's up 40% on year over year, but they a lot of people have waited nearly a decade to see those returns, while Bitcoin has seen 40% in the past 2 months alone, and in the past year, if we zoom out, I bought back into Bitcoin around 4,000. You can recognize reversal patterns. This is a reversal pattern here. Back to the mean here, back to 7,000. It is very possible. You can lose money on the dump and then realize where we're stabilizing at. Look at all the green volume here. RSI is under 30%, went all the way to, I believe, 20%. MACD is very low. The indicators were there. I've been not necessarily riding Bitcoin, I've been riding cryptocurrencies up since Bitcoin was at 4,000. To me, a confirmed reversal. And that alone, what is the number? 3,800 divided by 19,800. Nope. 19,800 divided by 3,800. That's 600% since March. And if you're leverage trading, you're doing very well with proper risk management, that is. So that's the end of that analysis. There are a lot of reasons why Bitcoin is hovering up here so much. Institutions, trillion-dollar institutions, billion-dollar corporations, billionaire individuals are buying in at an unprecedented pace. Ultimately, this is another nugget I didn't even intend to talk about. With that said, with all the billionaires and the trillion-dollar companies coming in to Bitcoin, we're going to have more American stock equities companies coming in to buy actual Bitcoin to hold it because they are anticipating a Bitcoin ETF to come. I believe I need to do research on it. I need to do more research on it and create a video to give you an idea of what is going on in my head about Bitcoin ETF. The Bitcoin ETF will be the start of the end of the cryptocurrency bull run. So I believe we'll see announcements of a Bitcoin ETF sometime end of 2021, beginning of 2022. Just like how when futures were announced at the end of 2017, the end of the last bull run. So that's my idea of what's going on. Bitcoin is holding up to these all-time highs very well because there's unprecedented buying from other ETFs, such as precious metals and gold. Bonds are at a negative yield right now. Money is going to flow from that $17 trillion market into Bitcoin, into Ethereum, Ripple, for now Bitcoin, obviously. And retail is going to be the ones that FOMO in, the individual buyers on the individual exchanges. And from there, we will continue to see Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies rise going into the beginning of 2021. That is my idea. If you haven't seen my analysis of cryptocurrencies going into 2021, look at the end of this video and you'll get a better idea of what's going to happen. If you have any questions, hit me up on Twitter, BEG Coins, or send a message here on YouTube. Thanks for listening.